Hey, what's going on, everybody? It's your girl, A Holy Hustler. You feel me? And I just want to let y'all in on something. I am a life coach. I do have my own online store. You can click the link in my bio. Make sure you click on the My Shop, the Heart of a Hustler tab. It will lead you directly to my goal setting coaching sessions where I teach people how to set goals as well as create a plan of action. If you fail to plan, you plan to fail. Okay, I also do customized times. So if you may want to book a time at 2 a.m. in the morning or 3 a.m. in the morning, just make sure you click on that chat with us box in my store. Let me know that that's something that you're interested in, and I can make that available for you. Another thing, I also have a book that is coming out really soon. It is called Hustle Economics. You can pre-order it and make sure that you are one of the first ones to get it once it drops and releases. This book will teach you how to build your own online store from start to finish so that you can free yourself from your 9 to 5. Without further ado, let's get into this video. Hustle. Alright, so what's up, everybody? It's your girl, A Holy Hustler, back at it again with another video, man. And this time, I'm giving my testimony about how God blessed me with the job that I wanted. Like, the specifics and everything that I asked him for, he gave it to me, right? So, I want to say this was around last year, a few months before June. So, this had to be like, say, May, January, April. I think this had to be like around April. So around last year in April, I want to say in the beginning of April, or like or at the end of March, I was working at the gas station, a little Phillips 66 gas station, man, and I hated it. I hated it because I was only getting paid like $13.50, but I was working like 80 hours a week just so I could make like $1,000 or over $1,000, right? And eventually I just got worn out and I was tired of it because I'm like, dang, like I'm working all of these hours just so I can make this little bit of money, you know, just so I could be able to make ends meet. I got tired of that. So one day while I was at work, I had prayed to God and I said, God, like, I need something different. I need a new job. And then I started asking him for what I wanted. I would tell him, like, God, I want a new job. I want a job paying $20 an hour. I only want to work 4 days out the week. I don't want to have to work crazy hours or a whole bunch of overtime just so my check could look like something. And then I also told him I wanted Friday, Saturday, and Sunday off. So I want a 3-day weekend, and I only want to work 4 days out the week, right? So after I also told God I didn't want to do no hard labor. Like, I didn't want to break my back for this money. I didn't want to have to work hard for this money. I wanted it to be a cool little job. So after I prayed that prayer, I want to say about 2 to 3 weeks later, a guy walked into the gas station and he asked me, he said, hey, do you need a job? And I said, yes. Like, yes, I need a job. And he was telling me about this job that was hiring. And he said, hey, I work for this chemical company. They pay $20 an hour. You work 4 days out the week, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and you're off Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. So I'm like, okay, like this sounded like what I just prayed to God for, right? So then he was like, you know, we hiring, we having a hiring event. You could come to the hiring event. I'll hire you. I'm like, okay, cool. You know what I'm saying? And he told me it was a little chemical company. It ain't no hard labor. All you do is weigh chemicals. Like, the job's super easy. And it was super easy. I'm like, okay, cool. So this sounded like what I just asked God for a few weeks ago. So I'm like, okay, cool. So I didn't even go to the hiring event, man. I was like, man, I don't want to work for no chemical company. I changed my mind. And the dude ended up coming back in the store, and he was like, hey, did you show up to the hiring event? I was like, nah, man, I decided I didn't want to work with chemicals. And he was like, man, you should have showed up. I would have hired you on the spot. It ain't nothing. You know what I'm saying? The job easy. Like, the chemicals not nothing that you really working with. So I thought about it, and I'm like, man, dang, I should have went to that hiring event, because every day I went to work, I still hated it. So I'm like, man, let me just go ahead and fill this job out online. So I put in my application online, and a few weeks went past, and then the guy ended up coming back in the store, like, and I didn't hear anything from the company. So I talked to him. I said, hey, I put the application in online for the job, but they ain't reached back to me. They ain't reach out to me. And he was like, what's your name? And I told him my full government name that I had put on my application. And he said, okay, bet. And shoot, he left. And I want to say that was over the weekend. I want to say that Monday, I ended up getting a call from that job. Like, he had put a word in for me, told the hiring manager to pull my application, because the type of job this is, they had a mass hiring at the hiring event, but this isn't a job where you just apply for and you get the job immediately. Like, you honestly have to know somebody to get into this job, pretty much. The only reason why they had only reason why so many new people are at the job now is because they had a mass hiring event. Like, God made a way out of no way for people to get into this company that they wouldn't have been able to get into any other way. You know what I'm saying? Unless it had been through a referral. So there was nobody but God that had put it on that man's heart to put a word in for me and tell them to pull my application. And they actually ended up pulling my application over someone else's application. So I got the job over somebody else, which was a blessing. So the hiring manager, she ended up calling me, talking to me and everything. They give me a list of everything that I need to do. I completed the task, and then I want to say about a month later, June the 13th, man, I started working. So I say all that to say, when God saying his word, ask and you shall receive, seek and you shall find, knock and the door shall be open unto you, that's real. Like, I got plenty of testimonies about things that I've asked God for. And it only gets better the more and more specific that I am. When I tell God exactly what I want and I don't settle, God be really coming through for me, really be looking out for me, really be helping me, right? I want to say a lot of my prayers to God lately has been just peace. Like, I've been asking God for peace, and he's been giving me peace and also telling me what I need to do to maintain the peace that he has given me, you know? But yeah, man, ask God for what it is that you want. And if it doesn't go against his will and his plan for your life, God will bless you. And mind you, I was deep in my sin when I was asking God for this stuff, and God was still blessing me. Like, even in my sin, God was blessing me. That's how merciful and graceful he is. So that's just my testimony about how God blessed me with the job I wanted. God has blessed me with plenty more things than that. But like I said, man, a lot of my prayers lately has been like more character-based prayers. I understand, like, God gonna bless me with the material things, but I want to have the necessary type of character to be able to maintain what he has blessed me with, and I also want a strong, growing relationship with him. So if there's anything that you got going on in life, anything that you need, anything that you may be going through, man, confide in God. That's why he tell you in his word, cast all your cares and anxieties onto me because I care for you. Like, cast all your worries unto me. I care for you, and God really does care for you. Like, he really is a loving, caring, nurturing, understanding God. So I just want to encourage y'all, man, to really seek his face and talk to him. Ask him for what you want. Ask him for what you need, and he will bless you. Read the Holy Bible, man. The Holy Bible, the Word of God is your lifeline. That's how you going to build a strong, growing relationship with God. That's how you going to grow closer to God. Like, if anybody out here preaching and teaching anything against the Word of God, they a false prophet. They're sent from the devil. Do not listen to them. Do not indulge into those false doctrines. What you need is sound doctrine, and there's only one sound doctrine, and that's the Holy Bible, the Word of God, man. So let God speak to you through his word, and in God speaking to you through his word, you will become more familiar with his voice, more familiar with who he is. You will begin to grow closer to him and learn more about him, to the point where, shoot, y'all will be talking. You will be talking to God as if you was having a regular conversation with somebody else, and he'll be responding back, and you will be hearing him like clear as day. So, man, seek God, ask God for what you want, and shoot, most importantly, faith without works is dead. So make sure you put that work in too. There ain't nothing wrong with believing, but make sure you put that work in when God send that opportunity your way. So other than that, y'all, have a blessed day. I'm out.